Lamar Jackson has already made it clear. He's got his guy to be the next Ravens head coach. This isn't guessing, it isn't rumor. He said it publicly and straight up. The two-time MVP praised Clint Kubiak's work. Talk about his creative offense. The way he makes life easy for quarterback and lets playmakers shine. And basically showed he truly believes this coach can change the way Baltimore plays football. And now things get serious. The Ravens are deep into interviews. Other candidates are in the mix. Other teams want Kubiak too. And this decision could shape the franchise for years. The big question hits hard. Will the team follow the choice of its best player or go another direction? Stick around, because this goes straight to the heart of the Ravens' future. Lamar Jackson didn't dance around anything. He sounded like someone who already knows what he wants. No hedging, no confusion. He said he has a favorite to lead the Ravens, and that name is Clint Kubiak. He talked about it openly and calmly, almost like he was just chatting with you, making it clear this isn't rumor or guesswork. It's what he really thinks and feels about who should guide this team moving forward. During an interview, Lamar said he's been watching Kubiak's work and really likes the way he designs offenses. You can feel the excitement in how he talks about it. Not that polite, generic answer players sometimes give, but genuine energy. It felt honest, simple, and direct, like someone who believes he found something special and wants to share it with you without hiding anything. What really stands out is how much Lamar seems to believe Kubiak can help this team in a big way. To him, it's not just about changing coaches. It's about playing better football, making life lighter for quarterback, and giving playmakers more chances to take over games. It's almost like he's saying, with this guy, we can dream bigger, and you can feel that through every word. And when a leader like Lamar talks like that, it's hard to ignore. You start wondering whether this really might be the right name, whether this coach could actually change how Baltimore plays and bring something new. And that's where the suspense kicks in. What is it about Kubiak's offensive style that got Lamar this fired up? When Lamar talks about Clint Kubiak, he's not just throwing compliment around. He explains why. He says Kubiak's offense is different, that defenses have to cover the entire field and can't relax for a second. That tells you he sees a coach who forces opponents to stay on edge the whole game, never sure where the danger is coming from. Exactly the kind of thing every NFL defense hates to deal with. Lamar also said Kubiak makes the game easier on the quarterback. And coming from someone who lives under that pressure every week, that means something. He makes it sound like Kubiak's system takes weight off the QB's shoulders and puts the spotlight on the guys who can really change games, letting playmakers just go be great. It's almost like he's saying, I'll handle the scheme, you just go make plays. That kind of offense, spreading the field, motion, play action, creativity, feels fun to play in and a nightmare to defend. You can picture how excited Lamar is about that, because it's exactly the kind of system that maximizes his skill set and everyone around him. It's not just X's and O's. It's rhythm, confidence, and a feeling that anything can happen on any snap. And when he says, defenses have to defend the whole field, you can tell he's picturing an explosive, fast, multi-threat offense. That explains why he sounds so energized about Kubiak and helps you understand the weight of this public endorsement, which leads to the next natural question. Who is this guy that earned that level of trust from the Ravens franchise player? Clint Kubiak isn't just Gary Kubiak's son. He built his own resume. At 38 years old, he's already been through multiple teams and earned respect working at the heart of NFL offenses. He spent time with Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers, served as offensive coordinator for the Vikings, and most recently helped Seattle's offense finish top 10 in 2025. All of that built the image of a young, creative coach with modern ideas. What makes people pay attention to him is exactly that updated offensive mindset. Motion, play action, quick throws, calls that put players in position to rack up yards after the catch. He doesn't seem stuck in old systems. He likes movement and tempo, something that fits perfectly with the type of roster Baltimore has right now. And that explains why Lamar connects so strongly with his work. Another big factor is the environment he grew up in. Having a Super Bowl, winning head coach as a father obviously influences you, but Clint doesn't live off the last name. He's been on the sideline, called plays, run meetings, built game plans, and felt the real heat of running an offense. That builds maturity and proves he's not walking into a head coaching interview green. And with all that on his resume, it's no surprise that several teams want him at the same time. He's right at that point in his career where the next step could be becoming a head coach, and Baltimore might be the place where that jump happens. And that's exactly where the Ravens' interview process starts getting even more interesting.
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
The Ravens aren't just throwing darts. They're following a real process. Clint Kubiak interviewed on January 9th, 2026, becoming the fifth formal interview after John Harbaugh was fired on January 6th. That shows the team isn't rushing this. They're talking, asking questions, comparing profiles, and try to understand what direction they want to take from here. On the same day Kubiak interviewed, Kevin Stefanski also sat down with Baltimore, clearly showing they're weighing very different leadership styles side by side. It's like two roads, one with an already established head coach, another with a younger, creative offensive mind. And you can tell the team is genuinely open to listening before deciding. This whole interview process also highlights how Harbaugh's departure truly opened a brand new chapter for the franchise. After so many years with the same head coach, any choice now changes everything. Style, philosophy, locker room management, even the way Sundays look on the field. That's why every interview feels like another piece of a much bigger puzzle. And right in the middle of all of it, the fact that Lamar has already spoken up about one of the candidates adds even more spice to the story. You can't help but wonder, will the voice of the team's biggest star influence the final decision? And beyond Kubiak and Stefanski, who else is really in this race? The Ravens didn't focus on just one name. They open up the options. Kevin Stefanski, former Browns head coach, already interviewed, and brings an interesting resume. Took Cleveland back to the playoffs after a long drought and won Coach of the Year twice. He knows the AFC well, understands locker room management, and has already lived the full pressure of leading a franchise. On top of that, Vance Joseph and Davis Webb also interviewed. Joseph has experience as a defensive coordinator and could bring a tougher, more physical identity to the team. Webb, meanwhile, works directly with quarterbacks, something that will always catch attention when your roster is built around Lamar Jackson. Each one offers a different type of leadership and football vision. Brian Flores shows up as another strong candidate, known for aggressive defensive schemes, constant pressure, and the ability to develop veteran players. Anthony Weaver, the Dolphins' defensive coordinator, is also in the mix, proving Baltimore is looking at both offensive and defensive minds. It's a wide search, not locked into one lane, genuinely open to possibilities. And while all this is happening, several other teams, Giants, Raiders, Cardinals, Falcons, have also shown interest in Kubiak, cranking the urgency up even more. Baltimore is facing a decision that could define the next few years of the franchise and directly affect Lamar and the team's entire identity. So the big question now is, which one of these names will actually take over and turn all this conversation into real direction on the field? We've seen this isn't just any moment for the Baltimore Ravens. John Harbaugh is gone. A new era has started, and right in the middle of it, Lamar Jackson spoke loud and clear about who he wants as the next head coach. Clint Kubiak's name gained momentum, gained arguments, and gained public support from the franchise's biggest star, all because of creative, aggressive offense built to put the quarterback and playmakers in position to win games. But nothing is settled yet. Interviews are happening. Strong candidates are competing. Other teams are chasing the same coach, and every decision from here hits the future of the franchise directly. Style of play, locker room control, offensive development, even next season itself. All of it runs through this choice. It's the kind of moment where the right move changes everything, and the wrong one hurts fast. Now I want to hear from you. Should the Ravens listen to Lamar Jackson and roll with Clint Kubiak, or should they go with another name to lead this team? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this debate is huge and far from over. Who would you hire as the next Ravens head coach? And what do you think Baltimore looks like after this decision?
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself.